Hello YouTube! Today we are going to be doing an introduction on 2D geometry. Now, I wouldn't usually do stuff like this, however, it's for the practical reasons where those things you use a lot or in mathematics or certain fields like engineering and physics. These are pretty important to get a grasp of. Now, the two-dimensional geometry talk about circle, triangle, parallelogram, rectangle, squares, basic rectangle when all sides are equal, and trapezoids. First thing to talk about is circles, which, as you can see, circles. The circumference is 2 pi 2 pi 2 pi r 2 pi r and pi. For those that who don't know what pi is, pi equals to 3.14 and 1 5 and it is continuous. Now, you guys can use some numbers you want in a TI-36 or a higher advanced calculator. It'll have a pi function, but if you don't have a calculator that computes it, pi is 3.14. And on a circle, you got the circumference, which is the perimeter of the circle technically, and the area. You got the radius, which is r, or the diameter, which is 2 times the radius. Which a radius is usually half of the circle, and diameter usually the four way of the circle. And commonly you see 2 pi r, but sometimes in rare cases or you be or in common cases you be given a diameter. So when you have the diameter, you both must have to do the 2 pi times diameter over 2, which it's just as effective, and you'll end up getting something like this, hopefully. And then for the area, it's pi r square. Now, you use calculus 1 to integrate it and derive it to prove it. However, for the purpose of the video, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to give it pi r square, or if you're given diameter or whatever, and not the radius, you got to find out what the radius is by taking the diameter divided by 2, or you plug it into the function to where it's radius equals diameter divided by 2, so you get diameter divided by 2 and keeps the square, and now you get pi d square divided by 4 as the outcome. Next area, we're going to talk about equilateral triangle or triangle in general. There's equilateral triangle and there's a right angle triangle. Now, general rule of a triangle is the sum of all triangles equal to 180. So in equilateral, which is very common, all sides equal 60 degrees. Now, first thing we're going to talk about the equilateral, I want to keep on its own page, would be the right angle, but would literally be area is literally base times height. This would be the base. A is the base. B is the height. Divided by 2. And the perimeter is A plus B plus C. But if you don't know what C is, it's actually easy. It's A squared times plus B squared divided by 2. Or square root of A squared plus B squared. This is how you find the C, and this is a perimeter. Equilateral is a different story. Oh, something that I haven't done that geometries do will be you see them put lines on there. Those lines indicate that the things are different because people don't draw triangles perfectly, and it indicates in case some people are smart, Alex, and say they look the same. Those things describes it. but those indicates similarness. But with the right, I could have probably drawn a triangle by itself. However, perimeter will be considered the size of C is literally side plus side plus side because all of it is similar, or C plus C plus C. Or if you want to do multiplication over C plus C plus C, you can use 3C because you have to add C 3 times to get C 3C. Or if you want to find the area, well, two ways to do it. One way would my favorite way of doing it would be this way. It may not mean it's a bit of right way. However, one of these days I'm gonna look at those and see if they're both matched up or. But how I would personally do it is I would consider that if you cut C in half or like to make right angle, you get this times height, and now times 2, and when you multiply it by 2, you get the C times 8. So you get the C times the 8 will be the area of the triangle. Or if you look it up over, you get 3 over 4 times S squared, which I don't know why it's that yet. However, I might end up figuring out over time if I find mathematical proof behind it over time. But there is mathematical proof, but this is introductory to the video. Next step is parallelograms. It's literally considering that that's the base. It does not matter what you label it as. That's the base. That's the height. And you get 2 base and 1 height. Or 2 heights or whatever. And you get 2 base plus 2 heights. And that's the answer. Or you can add it up. But you want the area, you get the base times the height. Parallelograms can also look like something like this too. Or whatever. And again, parallelogram, all rectangles are parallelograms, but not all parallelograms are rectangles. So similar concept with calculating the perimeter, but it may be different if you do things like base by height. Now, squares, they're all the same size rectangle. So basically, it's perimeter times 4 times side. You add side times side, or you add side plus side plus side plus side, and the area is side squared or side times side. Hint: think of squares and square roots. Hence why you get like x squared equals x times x. And think about it like this. Finally, we're going to talk about perimeters, or we're going to talk about trapezes. I forgot to label on there. But perimeter is base 1 plus base 2 plus C1 plus C2. You basically add up all the sides to it. And the area is literally this. Or you get B1 plus B2 over 2 times height. And this is your area. And you get a C1 or C1. You want to find C1 and C2. Take the square root of base 1 minus base 2 square plus 8 square. Does it look familiar? Yes, it does. Basically, you turn it into a right angle, find the height of it, and get your answer. And you do similar for both sides, or similar concept for both sides. This concludes the video. Hope you have a nice day.